Good afternoon, and thanks for taking the time to meet with us today. I'm Dave Pierce, and I'll be representing the EZLoad venture on behalf of my partners, Steve Ruskowitz and Justice Wonderly, who are not able to participate today. EZLoad's mission is to develop a cost-effective, safe, easy-to-use, and portable means for one person to transport a full-sized motorcycle. The problem we are trying to solve is that motorcyclists are frequently in a situation where, due to lack of assistance, they find themselves having to take on significant risk of personal injury and/or property damage because they only have access to a conventional ramp that relies either on getting a running start and jumping into the truck alongside the bike or attempting to ride the bike up the ramp under its own power. The value proposition is based on providing a product that can be quickly set up without special tools, protects the rider and bikes from accidental damage, injury, is easily transported along with the bike, and can be operated by one person. The basic idea behind the design is that the motorcycle is stabilized and pulled into the bed of the truck by a motorized shoe that interacts with a specially designed ramp. As you can see from the 3D model, cogs in the two front wheels engage slots on the ramp to ensure a slip-free drive up the ramp and all the way to the end of the truck bed. The shoe and ramp also interact to stabilize the motorcycle from tipping by means of rollers that engage the upper flange on the ramp side rail, much as the track mechanism for a folding garage door would do. The 12-volt motor runs off of the truck's power port. I've only included the instructions for use to illustrate or to convey the fact that we believe that all of the information needed to use the device can fit on one side of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, providing we come up with a couple of illustrations, which we're working on right now. In terms of pricing, a little background here. This idea was originally conceived while I was taking Dan Shunk's industrial engineering strategic technology development course back in the summer of 2013. At that time, there were no self-powered products on the market. Now there are at least two, so price and performance are critical. Our goal is to provide the most value for the dollar by having the easiest to use product and the only one that can automatically load and unload. The other two powered products require operator intervention to initiate the unloading process. Plus, our design does not require the bike to be strapped in place during the loading process. It's worth noting before moving on that slides 4 through 8, with this being number 8, are part of a small handout that we're sending out to interviewees to kind of get a head start on the price validation process. In terms of market opportunity, probably should apologize for the busy slide, but wanted to clearly make the case that the total available market is very conservative, providing we can find the sweet spot for pricing. So we're really making a lot of qualifications in terms of how much of this market we're going to be able to get based on the fact that we know there's price sensitivity, and we're still gathering evidence on where that ideal spot will be and what percentage of the overall market we can attack. In terms of competitive analysis, our primary competition is still status quo, where riders will just take their chances and hope for the best while using a $100 ramp. we strongly believe that there is a threshold between 1,000 and 1,500 where, except perhaps for males under the age of 25, that the reward exceeds the risk. Broken bones notwithstanding, a lot of these bikes are valued at somewhere north of $15,000, $20,000. So, this is kind of cheap insurance. The business model, in a nutshell, we think we've got a fantastic beachhead market because we can focus on reputable riding schools where the clientele are not only sophisticated riders, but they also have the means just to, the price of admission, so they can probably afford a product like this. And they truly feel the pain because they've got to unload and load twice in a day for the typical one-day class. So this is an ideal place for us to start, and we hope to make, sales on the spot, but certainly follow-up sales coming off of these schools. The plan in 2016, which is going to be a critical year for us, is to attend at least the first day of 6 different classes. And we really, without getting into the details here, our financial projection, we'll cover this a little bit more later. We really see 2016 as the culmination of our evidence-based business assessment. We're going to use the limited market experience in 2016, again with our beachhead market, the first 6 classes, as the basis for determining whether and how much we will invest in manufacturing, sales, marketing, and distribution infrastructure. For example, website, direct sales via the website, distributor channels like Cycle Gear, discount ramps, and motorcycle dealers. So very, very important that experience is a positive one before we make significant additional investments and, of course, try to raise additional money. So this is where it all started. It's our team assembled with Mount Whitney in the background, Alabama Hills, famous for cowboy movies, out of sight on riders left. But we got together for our 9th annual Trans-Sierra ride in early September and hatched this business plan. So between myself, Steve, and Justice, we've got over 50 years of industrial and mechanical engineering experience. Steve and Justice are 2 of the most gifted mechanism designers I've ever worked for, so I'm fortunate to have them on the team. In terms of progress to date via the roadmap, we spent the first 4 weeks testing problems and solution concepts. The first half of October developing a minimum viable product that was sufficiently credible and granular for price and cost determination. And since we developed the MVP, we focused on price validation over the last couple of weeks. It's been a little bit intense going through the re-interviewing process because we're getting a little bit of interviewee fatigue. So we've had a few folks, tell us to politely back off, but we've gotten really solid feedback. The range is fairly broad, but it's definitely telling us that the sweet spot is somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500. We think that we can make money at 1,000 by doing some slight defeaturing. So that's something that we're still in a position to make a decision on. So again, if you plot out the comments we got on the feedback we got on price validation, the median is in that 1,000, closer to 1,500 range. I won't go through the validation comments. I'll let you do that if you have an opportunity after the presentation. But again, we are kind of converging on a price range that we think that we can make a profitable business out of. Financial projection in this case is still, in the rough cut phase. I think inevitably we'll end up pushing sales back as we get into this in a little bit more detail, and of course loading costs up front to cover capital investment, which I haven't included here. But I think that at the end of the day, we're going to show that $500,000 annual sales 5 years out is very doable, and we'll see how things go from there. In terms of initial funding, right now we're asking for $20,000, $15,000 just to basically get started, with initial prototypes and initial manufacturing expense. The first units will be fairly expensive, some money to cover expenses. We got to pay our way into the writing schools. We need to print up brochures. We got a little travel in there. So we'll have to come back, providing we have a successful 2016, for more money for capital investments and for inventory. But we'll do that after we've laid the groundwork in 2016 and proved the concepts. So unless there's any questions, I want to thank all of you again for your time and look forward to speaking together again in the near future.